IKIM FM inspirasi utama anda. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon to the dear listeners of IKIM FM. Welcome to this final episode of Above and Beyond. I'm your host, Patricia Afrina. And who would have thought we have finally reached the end of this season? So, what will be a better way to end this season in talking about the center of the show itself, which is on inspire you and also motivate you to become a better version of yourself. And talking about becoming a better version of yourself in a continually changing environment, the younger generation has new difficulties and, of course, new opportunities. And the pressures of social media, rapid technological breakthroughs, and the constant applications of academic and professional life can be overpowering at times. However, these same elements provide fertile ground for establishing a growth mindset. What is we're talking about the growth mindset here, which is a mindset that may turn challenges into opportunities for growth and also learning. So today we are going to look at how motivation can play an important role in developing this attitude, which will allow young people to not only survive with but also to thrive in the face of this problem. I have here in the studio is Muhammad Azri. Assalamualaikum Azri.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
It is such a pleasure to have you with here in Ikim FM, Azri. But before we go into the conversation, what we're going to talk about, could you first introduce a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. But firstly, I want to say thank you to EKMFM because inviting me right now today
Mm.
to have beautiful slots which is above and beyond with Matricia itself. All right, my name is Muhammad Azri bin Nur Azman and I am a University of Malaya student. And right now I live in Melaka, which is Masjid Tanah. And I am the third from five siblings. And right now I am a person that do a lot of things. I'm very active in youth organization and also
Mm-hmm.
in giving speech or giving training program to
Mm-hmm.
anyone, anywhere, whether it is for schools, university, or any company out there. Yeah, that's a little
Mm-hmm.
bit about me lah.
And talking about being at looking at your resume, you have been achieving a lot of things. Looking at your CV, you have been the Johan for the pertandingan deklamasi sajak Dewan Bahasan Pustaka, the Johan for Pidato Piala Diraja Negeri Melaka. A lot of things Pidato you have for the sajak puisi, of course, in it at the very young age. So to perhaps to give some idea to our listeners out here, how can you be active with all of these things despite your young age?
All right, thank you, Patricia, for the question. Okay, actually, I share about this so many times with so many people out there, especially those who want to start to be active in whatever field. For example, like me, I'm very active in Pidato, Saja, and many more. And to start, without before I go further in this topic, I want to state that I have my family has no background
Mm,
regarding this program or competition and all. I did all the things by myself. I compete by myself, and I join competition by myself, not by my family
mm,
or anyone around me. Okay, so
mm,
I started all of this since I was in the kindergarten,
mm.
and before this,
It's a very young.
I'm from Tadika Kemas actually. Tadika Kemas.
Ah,
When I was 5 years old until 6 years old, the first competition that I joined is that time I think pertandingan silat gayung persembahan. Yeah, it's more
Selagayo.
to silat gayung. So that time I represent my tadika. I go to the state
Wah,
level,
uh-huh,
and
uh-huh.
I be the leader for the competition. Or the for the silat gayung team.
Mm,
So whereas that time there is I think 10 kindergarten, they they become one. So I am the leader for that. So I think that is the first competition that I go, and we got I think third place that time. And when
mm,
I 6 years old, I joined dancing competition and competition, traditional dance competition.
Mhm.
And when I go to the primary school, I joined multiple competitions such as pidato, pertandingan bercerita, and also many more, including hafazan and
Mm.
syarahan agama also. Then that momentum continued until I in secondary school, and I joined the same competition, the same field, and I became Johan every single year when I go to any competition and all. So I think the things that drive me or that motivate me to achieve all of that or to start all of that is because of the the the, the, the spirit inside me, because I
Mhm.
think the most important about joining is our circle. At that time, my
Mm.
teacher and my friends are the person that very passionate in
Mhm.
all the fields in competition and all. So they said that I can do this. They said that I have the potential when I still a kid. I think when I 12 years
Uh-huh.
old, 10 years old, they said that I have a big potential to join and to go. So I just put in my mind, I have
Uh-huh.
the positive mindset that I that one day I will become somebody. One day I will become
Mhm.
someone that can give a big impact to the society or Malaysia.
Mhm.
Because I'm from a family and not a rich family actually. My family background is not strong. I have two sisters and two younger sisters. My family is not too poor and not too rich. I think we, Alhamdulillah, Allah give
A middle
rezeki that,
income family.
yeah, middle income family.
Mhm.
And all the things that I did before this and I do right now, I use my own money, and I use my own effort to go to do. I find my own money. So I think it's not come from actually outside. But if you want to compete in anything, if you want to be better in anything, the key is yourself, your mindset. We need to have a very good mindset, because the topic that we want to deliver to our audience today is embracing growth mindset through motivation. So I want to talk about more about motivation and how I win every competition that I go, and how I can become someone that I want to be right now. So yeah, my motivation is everything. But Patricia, as we know,
Mhm.
most of youth in Malaysia right now, or most of students, they have the problem in motivation. They often have a really low motivation. They always hit by a severe depression, anxiety, and anything, because
Mhm.
there's many statistics state that the student is the individual that have the very high rate of depression level, and they don't have enough motivation in themselves to keep alive or to keep fighting for the things that they want. But
Mhm.
it's very different to me, because since I was in the primary and secondary school, I always be called as I always be say about I need to be positive, I need to be positive and positive and positive. And I went to a lot of workshop, and I went to a lot of program that developed my mindset to be positive. And I am the person that very love motivational program, or when I in secondary school or primary school, if there is a program regarding called as motivation, yeah, they invite
Uh-huh.
people from outside to give motivation. I am the one
Uh-huh.
that will sit at the very front of the day one, the hall.
They're very
So
eager to hear.
yes, I'm very eager to hear.
Mhm.
And until right now, the tips that I can give to have a very positive mindset and motivation is every week without miss, I always listen to a channel, YouTube channel that give me the motivation. Actually, there is
Mhm.
two type of motivation that we have to get. As a Muslim, we always need to hear and go to Majlis Ilmu or knowledge regarding Islam, our religion, which is ceramah
Mhm.
agama. We have to go no matter what. The first motivation to our spirit, a religious spirit, and the second one is the motivation that help us to go further in our life and to
Ah.
not give up in our life. So every week I will listen to this one YouTube channel, which is Fearless Motivation. It's English motivational videos. So
Mhm.
every day, every week, I will listen about how to not give up. Even though I know how to not give up, but I still need to hear from outside, from our friends, from my family, from the YouTube channel itself, to not give up in my life. If I go to a lonely road, it is better than I go to the road with so many people, because a lonely road is can make you stronger. So that is
Mhm.
kind of motivation that I heard before this, and I still listen to it until right now. So other than that, I always force myself that time. I always force myself to be very positive, to think positive in whatever happened, even though my life so many times being hit by multiple what you call as ujian, or multiple
Mhm.
problems. I have to face multiple things, but I will try my best to not go out of the track that I want to be,
Mhm.
which is a positive mindset. And I always share to my audience out there, to my friends, and also to my family itself, regarding the motivation or mindset. There is two type there's two type of mindset that we all will face, or we all have right now, which is the first one is the growth mindset, and the second one is the fixed mindset. This is two type of mindset, and it's very important for us to know, because most of my friends, and sometimes me too before this, I always have a fixed mindset. The fixed mindset is the mindset that when you go through something, you don't want to develop new things about it. You don't want to update about it. You just want to maintain in the phase without change, or you will not develop yourself, but in that phase you will feel less, or maybe you will discourage or something. It is fixed mindset, the mindset that you don't want to grow, the mindset that you don't want to go further, and you don't mind
Mhm.
if you just stay at the same phase. That is the fixed mindset. And for example, the fixed mindset. When I in secondary school, I joined a competition. It is my first competition, I think, in the secondary school that time, which is
Mhm.
pidato, or Malay public speaking that time.
Speaking, yeah.
Yeah, it is my first competition in secondary school. When I in Form 1, I think, or Form 2, my first competition in secondary school lah. In my primary school, I go to a lot of competition, but this is for secondary school. So that time, I go to the state level first. But before we go to the state level, we have a tapisan, or I call as we call as the thing that they want to see whether we can go to the final or not at the state level.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
But that time, there is two level for the competition. The first one is that we have to memorize the text. I think the 10 minutes text. Okay, I'm very great with the memorizing, and also with the level which is text. And the second one is random question that I have to answer in 3 minutes. And my
Mhm.
problem that time is when I take the paper to choose the question that I want that time, um, I didn't saw the words or the question, and the wind blow my paper away. So I don't know the question at all. I don't know the question. I cannot go to take the paper because of the wind, or already blow my paper.
Mhm.
So automatically, I cannot answer the question. So my score is very low, so I cannot go to the final. It's very
Ah.
very disappointed to me that time, and I think that time I didn't want to see my friends. I didn't want to see my teachers. I'm very ashamed. I'm very embarrassed, and I'm very scared, and of course I disappointed to myself, because I already disappoint people around me. Because in my primary school, I never lose even one competition. I always got, if
Mm.
not Johan, maybe not Johan, second place. So that is, I think, my first first failure, I think, in competition.
Mm.
So I
Uh-huh.
give up in joining any competition for 6 months. I try to avoid from walk uh, uh, near my teacher or my friends. I hardly go out from my room that time. It was very, very disappointing because I failed the competition because of my own mistake that time. But
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
one day, I tried to question myself. I tried to be clear to myself. I tried to talk to myself in the mirror. I said to myself that until when that I want to be like this? Until
Mm-hmm.
when that I want to give up? Until when that I want to be disappointed to myself? And I listened to a YouTube channel about motivation, and that time I still remember that it said that in this world the best teacher is not our teacher, but the best, very best teacher in our life is the failure or the
Yes.
experience that we go through, these negative thoughts, the failure, we lose competition, we didn't get a good score in examination. It is all the best teacher in our life. So
Mm-hmm.
that time I start to understand the meaning of do not give up in my life, because before that I always hold to a principle, which is I never ever give up in my life. Before I lose the competition, I lost the competition. Then when this failure pop up in front of my face and exists in front of me, I give up. So I think it's easy to say than done that time.
Mm-hmm.
But Alhamdulillah, and in the meantime, I try to dua. I try to always think positive, and I try to do my best in everything, even though I'm still disappointed on what happened before that in the competition. I try to be positive. I try to be cool. I try to learn the mistakes that I made that time. So I think a month after that, not a month after that, uh, before the final start, the final I think in about no, November like that, and I lost the competition for date I think 7 bulan 7, okay, bulan
Mm-hmm.
7. And when I think positive about myself, I go to mosque, I do prayer and all, and I want to strengthen myself. And that time I a phone call. I pick up a phone call from the organizer itself, the DBP. And they said to me that the first place and second place that's supposed to represent Malacca that time, not represent Malacca, represent my daerah, which is Masjid Tanah.
Uh-huh.
Um, they cannot go because of SPM that time,
Uh-huh.
because of SPM. So they want me to represent Masjid Tanah at that time. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very bersyukur, I'm very grateful because of the call and because of I'm trying to be positive throughout the months that I lost the competition. So when I go to the state level with my new me, with my new version of me, the positive
Uh-huh.
me,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and Alhamdulillah, that time in the state level, I am Johan in the state level too. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
very, very grateful, and I learned a lot of things with the first competition that I joined. So the momentum um, keep going. The momentum keep going until right now. I'm actively in competition, and I do not care if I win or not in a competition, because I
Mm-hmm.
know if I lose means I have a lot of things to learn, and also I have a lot of things to fix in order to become a winner again. Because
Mm-hmm.
I believe in this life, uh, we won't be in the same phase of life. Sometimes we will
Mm-hmm.
fail, sometimes we win, until the end of our life. It is life
Mm-hmm.
experience. And Allah, and I very believe Allah give us um, so many failure. Allah give us so many challenge or obstacles with a reason, which is Allah
Mm-hmm.
wants us to be positive. Allah wants us to be a great version of ourselves and
Mm-hmm.
become stronger than ever. That is the key to success. And I always heard about this one word, which is we have to be ourselves. We have to be ourselves, and we have to be ourselves. And when I see myself or and my friends always interpret the word wrongly, which is they thought that if they have a bad habit or they have a bad we call it as identity, a bad
Mm-hmm.
behavior, they have to fix or no, no, they have to fix. They have to maintain with the problem that they have. So just be
Mm-hmm.
themselves in whatever field. They just be themselves, which is the negative side of themselves. But I am the person that hold this principle, which is be ourselves is not stay in the same phase
Mm-hmm.
we face right now. If you are a negative person, you cannot be negative person in any field in our life. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to be the best version of ourselves. Like me, I try to be the best version of ourselves. That is my principle or my interpretation in called as we have to be ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
these words are always misused by all people because they say if they always talk negatively, it's their self. We cannot change that. No, as a human, we have to change ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
any failure or any negative things that come true or run into our life or that we have to face, we have to take it positively. I think we
Mm-hmm.
have to. I think we have to change it to positivity. And if the problem comes from us, we are the source of the problem. We have to change ourselves. So that's why we
Mm-hmm.
have to always meet people, always ask people about ourselves, and always seek. I think someone that specializes in reading people. I think, or our teacher itself, and we have to ask them on what we can fix in ourselves. That is
Mm-hmm.
motivation to me actually, because yeah, I'm also a human too. Before this, I also do not have enough motivation to go through everything that I went, and without, I think without all the motivation, without all the principle, without the positive mindset, my resume will not become like that. I think my resume will not full with so many programs or competition
Uh-huh.
or position that I take right now. And like I said, we have to make sure that our mindset grow every single day, because someone there's a person that maybe this year he have a very good mindset. He have a very good mindset, positive mindset, love to do anything that can make him happy and all. It
Mm-hmm.
can change anytime, because Allah is the one that control everything. So it can be
Mm-hmm.
next
Yes.
year, the next year, he will hit by so many failures, so many obstacles or challenges, and it can be the person that we see right now is a very, very positive person, can turn or change to a person who not have motivation, who can give
Mm-hmm.
up in his life. We cannot expect that our life will always be positive. Like our iman, sometimes Allah give us low iman, so our iman akan berkurang or
It's like
less.
it's ups and downs.
Yeah, ups and
Mm-hmm.
downs. So what can we do is we need to force ourselves to feel positive. Like I said before this, we have growth mindsets and also we have fixed mindsets. We have to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that we set in our mind that we have to always be positive. We have
Mm-hmm.
to have always set a growth mindset in our mind. But it's very challenging. It's very hard to people to master in this field or in these things. So I think the things that can help us is you have to compete or to face all the failure that run into your life, because that is the
Mm-hmm.
only way for you to learn on how to fix yourself, how to be positive, and how to be the better version of yourself. So I think
Mm-hmm.
because of all of the challenges or obstacles that I faced before, that is, I think, the contribution or something that make me feel better right now and the
Mm-hmm.
best version of my life today. And like I said, we cannot be in the same phase of our life. It's not like I say to you guys that we all cannot be grateful or we all do not have to accept whatever we have. We always want to many and all. I think, but what I mean is, um, I do not tell you guys to feel ungrateful in your life, but I said to you guys, I want to share and deliver to you guys today that we need to always update our life. We need to always be better version of our life. If you think that you already better this day, tomorrow you have to become more better uh,
Mm-hmm.
than yesterday. That is what I mean. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
it's not like if you have something on the plate on the table and you want more, one more. No, it is ungrateful. So you have to be grateful. At the same time, you always fix yourself. At the same time, you have to always be the best version of yourself. And one
Mm-hmm.
more thing, we cannot miss from um, ask doa from our parents, from our teachers, from our friends, and all. Because I am the person who never ever miss if I met somebody or I met my parents, I met my friends and my teachers. I am the person that never miss to ask them for doa for me or
Uh-huh.
pray for me every single
Mm-hmm.
day, every single time I meet them. Because I am very agree and I strongly recommend you guys to do this because all my competition and all my I think my achievements in my life is not because of just my own effort, but I think 80% of it because of the prayer from my parents, from my friends, and from my teachers and all. And we have to I think to believe because Allah is everything. Because if you ask Allah, um, sometimes you have so many sins. So maybe our prayer is not 100% accepted by the Allah. So if we always ask people to doa from us, doakan kita to pray for us, inshallah Allah will realize all the things that we want, but not just I think the it won't pop up in front of your
Mm-hmm.
face like that. I think you have to face so many challenges. You have to face so many obstacles in order to get what you want. Because if you want to go from point A to point B, it's not as simple as you can go to the point B. So what will happen is,
The straight line.
yeah, it's not a straight line. Our journey won't be a straight line journey actually, because we have to go there up and right, and we have to go upside down, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can go to the second point. But please, if you want to go to second point, which is a point B, uh, there is so many ways to go there. So many ways.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one way to go there. So if you want to achieve something, there is so many ways for you to achieve what you want. It is our life.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Mm-hmm.
have to be positive and you cannot give up in your life if you want to go to point B. So I think, Patricia, that is the tips that I can give. There are so many tips actually, but today I think I can share these things, which is the tips that I gave before this. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I say I would say the second part of this conversation, perhaps we can use it as to conclude into this conversation because previously I've been talking with many people talking about how you can become a better version of yourself, how you can motivate yourself in facing through all these problems. However, in looking at to this context, you realize that there have been people saying that in this society there's been there is a significant actually focus on the concept or the mindset of trying to maintain or keep trying to maintain positive attitude no matter any kind of problems come through your life. So this sometimes can lead to suppression of
Yeah.
genuine emotions and adaptation to toxic positivity. So this is where I'm trying to bring this conversation into the toxic positivity, which is the thinking or the belief that people should maintain a positive mindset no matter how dire or difficult a situation is. And look at the articles on the internet, while there are benefits to being optimistic and also engaging in positive thinking, however, toxic positivity can reject all difficult emotions in favor of a cheerful and often a falsely positive facade. So, and also still looking at the signs. If you look at the signs of toxic positivity, it can lead to someone feeling guilty for being sad and angry. Some even they ignore their problems. Some even they keep reciting positive quotes about hard situation. Or I can face all this, but yet nothing happened. They do nothing to improve themselves. So in your own, from your own experience going through all these problems, how we can navigate between that toxic positivity and also really working to improve yourself.
Yeah, it's a very good question, Patricia. Yes, like I said before, sometimes I have to push myself. I have to force myself to do that gradually, level by level, step by step, in order to get what I want. I am the person. Before this, I also have to face the toxic positivity. I think I can do this. I think I can do that. But there is no, I think, execution, or there is no, I go as action for me to go there. That's
Mm-hmm.
very often or common problem in youth or in student like me. So I think in order to defeat, or in order to win the situation, is we have to make sure that the first, like I said before, we have to always listen to the motivational videos. We always have to learn something. We always have to ask our friends or our families advices in anything. And why I say like that, because if we want to trust ourselves to change or to do something, it's I think it's not working out. It won't working out well, because we cannot control ourselves. The discipline in ourselves have to be very strong in order to take the action to be success. So I also someone that don't have what we call as a very strong discipline, or a good disciplined person before this, but
Mm-hmm.
I gradually, I step by step, try to be a very disciplined person by force myself to be better, and myself to let other people to judge me. I let people to advise me. I let people to critique me. So when
Mm-hmm.
they say that I need to do this, I'm not supposed to do that. I have to wake up. I have to do these tips. Actually, all the tips is very legit and very, I think, very positive to me, and make
Mm-hmm.
me feel want to be better and get rid of all the toxic positivity and become a real positive person and execute all the action that I want.
Mm-hmm.
It won't always come from ourselves. The effort itself not always have to come from ourselves, but we also have to seek help from our
Mm-hmm.
teachers, seek help from our friends, and seek help from anyone out there to make sure that
Mm-hmm.
we realize that we do wrong thing and we have to fix this. Sometimes as a youth, I think that I do a good thing or a right thing, but it is wrong actually. So we have other people to
Mm-hmm.
critique and to judge us. So that is my perspective in how to get rid of the toxic positivity, I think.
And with that being said, I would like to thank Azri for his insight on today's conversation, the embracing growth mindset through motivation. And we hope that today's conversation will give you some sort of idea on how you can improve yourself, how you can navigate between these lines of really working onto yourself and also through the toxic positivity. And again, Azri, thank you for being with us. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Patricia.